Narayana. Hari Om and good morning from Orlando. Once, there was a student, a Shishya, who was studying in a Vedanta course in Sandipani in Mumbai. And Puja Swami Chinmaya, in an inspired mood or thought process, told this student that even the air you breathe in this ashram is because of the tapas of Puja Swami Tapovaram. Now, if you think of air is to move freely. For Swami Chinmayananda to say that this is because of Swami Tapovaram, imagine the discipline and how hard Swami Tapovaram would have worked to be able to create that bhava or that feeling in Swami Chinmayananda. And we're looking at the same tapa or discipline, but through Ramayana. We always chant Apana Teja Samaro Ape. That only Hanumanji is able to control Hanumanji. It's only Hanumanji's tapa that burns. It's only Hanumanji's discipline that enables him to be Hanumanji. All of us are being exposed to great discipline through our study of Ramayana. And not just through Hanumanji. Vibhishana is living in the most horrific circumstances, but his mind is still on the divine. Mother Sita has been kidnapped. Her mind is on the divine. Sugriva has been running, but he's still ready to treat Bhagwan Rama as the divine. Discipline is the deepest investment that one can engage in. If you think of investing in securities, in land, whatever we invest in, the deepest investment is discipline, and the deeper the investment, the greater the returns. Reviewing what we studied last week, we are exposed to Mother Sita's suffering. When she's speaking to Hanumanji, there's a moment where she actually loses track of reality and she thinks she's speaking to Bhagwan Rama. Where she's saying, how come you forgot me? You helped everyone else, but here I've been with Ravana. She's suffering, and this is making Hanumanji suffer. This is making Trijata suffer also. But she's supported. Mandodari supports her. Trijata supports her. And when Trijata is elaborating on the dream she has of Ravana riding on this donkey, naked, going towards the south, Lanka being burned, Hanumanji's ears, they perk up because he hears Lanka being burned. He didn't know what he was going to do in Lanka, but now it's as if a plan has been given to Hanumanji that he should burn Lanka. This chapter is called Sundara, the Sundara Kanda. And the most beautiful part of this chapter is the adherence to dharma by so many personalities. Mother Sita is adhering to dharma, correct? She made a mistake. She's looking at her own feet, that she doesn't want to sleep again. Trijata is speaking about Ravana dying in front of all of the other Rakshasis, including Ravana's sister Shurpanakha. But that which is right. It's making her strong. It is actually Trijata's clarity, conviction, confidence that the other Rakshasis realize this has to be the truth, that she's willing to be that strong in the face of death. Her courage must be based on the truth, which is why these Rakshasis leave Mother Sita alone. the Sundara, the most beautiful part of a person, is how true they are to the truth, how dedicated they are to Dharma. What Puja Swami Tejomayananda shared about this portion that we had studied. Whenever one is experiencing sorrow, and we all experience sorrow through loss of loved ones or failures in life, whatever it may be, that the only way to really come out of sorrow is Bhagavat Katha. When we listen to the glories, when we listen to the nobility, when we listen to the discipline of Bhagwan, of Bhaktas, that sorrow starts to get dismantled. Mother Sita's sorrow is so intense. When Hanumanji drops that ring from this Ashoka tree, she thinks that that's fire that has come out of that tree. This fire is what she was looking for to burn herself. She did not want to live for that month before Bhagwan Rama comes. She thought that was fire. Imagine the sorrow that she would have been experiencing, but it was Bhagwan's ring. And I'd shared with all of you that Bhagwan Rama's body is not made up of marrow like our bodies are. His body is made up of light. And everything on his body is made up of light also. It is all alive. When that ring was in Mother Sita's hand, that ring was singing to Mother Sita. You think of what she would have been hearing in Lanka, and now this sweet song that's coming from this ring. That sorrow can only go away with such katha, from such sweetness. Okay. We continue. We are on the 22nd section of Chopais. And I think I made an error last week. Last week I told you that we studied the 22nd section of Chopais and that I was reading the second line of the Doha. That's what I mentioned last week. It was not the 22nd, it was the 21st that we studied last week. This week we are studying the 22nd section of Chopais. I'm reading the 5th Chopai. There's only one line. Taso bayaru kabahu nahi kije, more kahe janaki dije. Where is Hanumanji right now? He's in the Sabha, in the court of Ravana. And this dialogue is happening. Hanumanji is telling Ravana that you should not go against the one who instills fear and death. In other words, you shouldn't be antagonistic to Bhagwan Rama. What you should do, mere kahe. What I'm asking you is, Janaki dije, let Mother Sita go. This is what Hanumanji's sharing with Ravana is in a most discussion-oriented engagement. It is not an argument, it is not a fight. So what is leading up to this? The Adesha, the order given to all of the beings, is to find Mother Sita. So Hanumanji's found Mother Sita, but he's thinking to himself, yes, this is the work I have to do, but why not do more work? Hanumanji is very different than all of us. We try to find ways to do less work. He's trying to find ways to do more work. So he thought a way to really make this battle, this potential battle efficient, is to create fear in Ravana and the army. How? I'm just a monkey. I'm just an animal. And if I can start to cause some destruction, if the monkey and animal can do that, imagine what the master, what God can do. So Hanumanji's intention was to create this fear. And he did this in a most tactile way. What is shared in other Ramayanas is that Ravana cared for Ashoka Vatika more than his own family. When Ashoka Vatika was being destroyed, that hurt him more than when his sons Akshay Kumar and Meghanada were being fought against. Akshay Kumar had died. So how do you get to someone? You start destroying what they love. Hanumanji starts eating. He didn't really destroy. He was just being a monkey. He started eating and playing in the Ashoka Vatika. And then we all know that he's caught and he's brought to Ravana's Sabha. And Hanumanji is sharing with Ravana that if Mother Sita is returned, you can be the sovereign ruler of Lanka forever. You keep being and doing whatever you do. Bhagwan Rama will not come. I will leave. He's sharing all of these possibilities of reconciliation, of mediation, of peace. And you know what Ravana does? Bihasi. Bihasi means he laughs. You know, in the Ramayana on TV, where they have one laughing scene, but they just keep pressing repeat again and again and again. But Ravana actually was like that. He just laughed and laughed and laughed, but it was an awkward laugh. You know, those fake laughs or those business laughs or those scary laughs. That's what he would be doing. It wasn't a real laugh. And Ravana goes on to say, look, a monkey has become my guru. When actually Hanumanji is a guru, but he says that. This monkey has become my guru. I have nothing better to do than listen to you. Someone kill him. Then Vibhishana comes there. And it's very special because remember, Vibhishana was more of a passive bhakta. But with Hanumanji's advice, he became more active. And he rushes over there and says, Hanumanji is an ambassador. He is given diplomatic immunity. You can't kill him. You can harm him, but you can't kill him. So what's the best way to harm a monkey? They have a lot of pride. Ravana is saying monkeys have pride in their tail. So let us cut off his tail. And Vibhishana says, no, that's too mean. So Ravana says, fine, let's burn his tail. And everyone cheers at this idea of burning Hanumanji's tail. All of the people in the court and in Lanka, they bring all of their cloth, all of their ghee, all of their oil, and they start wrapping Hanumanji up. So we'll pause there and we'll go into the Vedanta part of what I described. Ashoka Vatika is more important to Ravana than his own family. Ashoka Vatika symbolizes that which is inert, that which is a valuable. His family symbolizes that which is sentient, that which is valuable. Everything that is not our nature is subject to decay and destruction. Agreed? That which is inert is subject to decay and destruction even more than our family, because not family at a physical level. Family is not physical, correct? Family is emotional. Don't think of this only as immediate family. Relationships between a guru and a shishya, between a team of people who are serving together. Ravana was so scared because he was so shallow. He was more interested in valuables. And this is why he has this fake laugh. During this time, Hanumanji is just quiet because Hanumanji has such deep relationships. Hanumanji is deep, and so he's not easily subject to being broken. When Hanumanji tells Ravana that you can continue to be the king, Mother Sita should come with us, you see how Hanumanji is giving Ravana the possibility that people can change. That's something that we are deficient in. We all think that we can change, but other people can't change, correct? Which really shows that maybe we didn't change that much. But he's saying to Ravana, we'll leave. Mother Sita is Bhagwan Rama's wife. He's giving that opportunity to change. But in Ravana's case, remember I said nilajja lajja. He had no regret in the beginning, no remorse at the end. He is very steady in his tamas, in his pride. In another Ramayana, it's not a Ramayana, it's another text by Goswamiji. He describes Ravana as the heart of the Virata Purusha. You all have heard of the cosmic being. The eyes are the sun and the moon, and the hair is all the trees and so on. And he says Ravana is the heart, but this heart is diseased. The Virat Purusha is having a heart attack, that's Ravana. This Virat Purusha has this roga that is Ravana. And Guruji had shared with us that there's some signs in life that indicate when death is coming. So I'll read them to you. Don't think about them too much, okay? But here are 3 signs. I'll give you more of the ritualistic ones and then more of the philosophical, the Vedanta one. Here are the 3 signs that death is approaching. One of them is the one who does not see the Arundhati Nakshatra, the one who doesn't see a particular star. Don't think about it too much. I go to number 2. The one who cannot smell a burnt out candle or lamp. If you can't smell a burnt candle or lamp, death is coming. Don't think about it too much. But here's the one that I want you to think about. The one who does not listen to good advice. Then death is nearby. Now, how many people have given Ravana advice? Father, grandfather, brother, wife, Mother Sita herself, Hanumanji. But he's not listening to any advice, so death is nearby. We continue. I'm on the 28th section of Chopais, and I'm reading the first Chopai, the second line. So 28th section, first Chopai, second line. Naghi Sindhu Ehi Parahi Ava Shabada Kalila Kila Kapina Sunava. And what's being shared here is that Hanumanji quickly crossed over the ocean, and when all of the monkeys saw Hanumanji, there was a great cry. So we know this is going to happen, but there's a great joy in feeling this step by step. So what has led to this? I told you, all of the Rakshasas, they collected these materials and tied up Hanumanji and put oil on those rags. And a lot of them were insulting Hanumanji. That you're just a monkey and you are dumb. Some of the Rakshasas even kicked Hanumanji. They were kicking him and punching him and shoving him. And during this whole time, Hanumanji had a smile on his face, because though his body was in Lanka, his mind was with Bhagwan Rama. Though Mother Sita is in Ashoka Vatika, her mind is with Bhagwan Rama. I had mentioned to you that when Trijata, she said that there was a monkey that burned down Lanka, so then he had this idea, but he didn't know how to do it. Now they're wrapping up his tail and setting it on fire, so he's disclaiming any responsibility from himself, that they're making him do this. So as all of these cloths and oil are on him, a lot of size is required. He becomes very small. And in that very small frame, he then jumps out of that court and he says a silent prayer to his brothers. Who are his brothers? The Marutas. There's 49 types of wind, according to our science. There's hurricane wind, tornado wind, hurricane 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tornadoes, typhoons, monsoons. All of that was documented. So he says this silent prayer to his brothers, just out of gratitude, but they're infuriated that their brother has been tied up by Ravana. So all of those winds arrive there. And when you mix fire and wind, there's a forest fire. The forest of demons are on fire. And where does Hanumanji go from there? Straight to the top of Ravana's palace, and he's just sitting there. They're all looking up at Hanumanji, and he's just sitting there. Like, you know those creepy objects on buildings? What are they called? Gargoyles. He's like a sattvic gargoyle on Ravana's palace. And these winds are burning down Lanka. Hanumanji's tail is just wagging, and the cloths that are on fire are going everywhere, and all of Lanka is burned other than Vibhishana's mandir. Vibhishana's mandir is not burned. And then Hanumanji jumps into the ocean to cool off his tail. And then before he returns to Bhagwan Rama, he has to go to Mother Sita, correct? Just like he went to Bhagwan Rama before he went to Mother Sita, and he went to collect from Bhagwan Rama a icon that will be his security code to access Mother Sita. So now he needs Mother Sita's security code to access Bhagwan Rama. So she takes off her chudamani, that jewel that's kept in the part of her hair. You know, like Jasmine and Aladdin, she wears that chudamani also. So Mother Sita has this chudamani, and she gives this to Hanumanji. But there's lots of jewels in Lanka. It could be anyone's jewels. But then she says, go and tell Bhagwan Rama about Jayanta. The way that Jayanta pecked at my foot and immediately you sent that Brahmastra to help me, you tell Bhagwan Rama that I'm burning right now and that he should come and help me. And I cannot tell you how amazing such details are. Who knew about Jayanta? Only Bhagwan Rama and Mother Sita. That is the most personal conversation. So Bhagwan Rama will know for sure that Hanumanji met Mother Sita, correct? You know when you play Taboo and brothers and sisters, they have that code. Like they can, remember when we were kids and we did this? And you get it right away. And I'm just highlighting how Goswamiji, that he included the dialogue about Jayanta. That's so lovely, this attention to detail. So that's some of the katha. We'll shift to the Vedanta part. What was Trijata's dream? Lanka is going to be burned down. What are they doing to Hanumanji? Bringing cloth and oil and fire. What did they expect was going to happen? This shows those who have faith understand fate more fully. The more faith you have, the more fate reveals itself. Trijata had faith. Certainly Hanumanji had faith. The dialogue we always get into, is there free will or God's will? For those who are less faithful, there is free will. For those who are more faithful, there is God's will. And when you become so faithful that you believe, you have faith, you trust God's will, you become unshakable. Sthita prajna. One's wisdom is not in a controlled environment. Even in an uncontrolled environment, one is balanced. One is happy. In Goswamiji's other text, I think it's called Kavitavali, he describes the burning of Lanka in a more Vedantic way. He says, the winds that I just described to all of you is actually the breath of the sorrow of Mother Sita. You know, when you're sad, you go, with Vyasa, he goes, he breathes, but puts his lips there too. Like we know, okay, he's in a frustrated place right now. So those 49 winds, that hurricane, those tornadoes, that is a sorrow of Mother Sita. When one inflicts sorrow on one who's noble, that is going to come back to them in a much more intense way. That the flames that were going through Lanka is the tongue of time. If you can visualize time having a tongue, that's what those flames are. Specifically the people at Chinmaya Dhara, all of you are in a room where there's a tongue. Do you see that tongue? In the Prabhavali, that scary face has its tongue sticking out. That tongue is the tongue of time. The time will burn all. At one point, Indrajit, that's Ravana's son, he tells Indra, bring down the rains to put out all of this fire. And Indra does bring down the rains, but what do those rains turn into? Oil. So we're asking for help to hurt someone? That's only going to make that whole scene worse then. So that water turns into oil. And finally, what Goswamiji describes is that Hanumanji was moving so fast that when people were looking, all they saw was Hanumanji moving from here to here to here. They didn't see him moving. They saw Hanumanji being all pervasive. When we ignore Shanti, Mother Sita is Shanti, and we ignore Shanti by focusing on valuables, by trying to harm other people, etc., this will be our fate too. What will be our fate? We will feel this hot breath of sorrow. We will feel time trying to consume us. We will feel when we're asking for help, we're being harmed. Instead of seeing Hanumanji, the all-pervasive hand of God, we will see the opposite, that everywhere there is tamas, everywhere there are demons. But once you focus on Shanti, the grace of God is with us. Oh.